All right, guys, welcome to another episode of Hog Jack the podcast, presented by Shipley Swine Genetics. We are up to episode 6, half a dozen episodes.
That's hard to believe.
Already, guys, right? It seems like it's gone really, really fast, but we're having fun doing it. We are going to go over a lot of our popular and kind of newer boars today. We're going to focus on the purebred boars, mainly Berkshire, Duroc, Hampshire, York spots, and then some of the Hereford and Tamworth, excuse me. We'll get down to them at the end. Stick through and pay attention. We're going to try to cover a good bit of boars today. Some of these boars, we just put in, whether we raised them or bought them at a show. Starting, I guess, first and foremost with the Berks, which has kind of been one of our most popular breeds within the last several years. Randy, what do you think?
They have been. Yeah, we started them in late 90s and been doing it over 20 years.
Yeah, but as of lately, it sure seems like the Berkshires have caught on a bunch, with the meat quality on the rise and everything.
Yeah, and they've been really good for the last, 15 years?
Probably. Yeah, they're only getting better.
Yep.
So,
yep.
In your mind, who's going to lead us off in the Berkshire lineup and why?
Guys, it's probably going to be the easiest thing, kind of go through the book. That way we don't forget anybody.
By the way, we do have our new catalogs, and hold up here where you can see a lot of guys ask about it when our catalogs print. We print this catalog one time a year, and that's it. And usually right about the time the catalog prints, it's almost out of date already. But we are going to go kind of through the catalog here with you guys. As always, the website at shipleyswine.com is going to be really, really up-to-date way to keep current on everything, but we'll kind of follow along here in the catalog. If you have a catalog at home, pick it up, get it out, and you can go along with us.
Yeah. We'll get right into the Berkshire, guys. We found two really, really special Berkshire boars fairly early in the summer. And, some summers, they're a little fewer and farther between, I guess, is the best way.
They've been hard to find.
Yep. And we found these guys early. They were two different settings and made the decision to try to own them both. And fortunately, we did. Brickhouse is the very first boar in the magazine, and he was a champion boar at the War Park Expo or whatever what do they call that?
The
show?
draft.
No, the exposition.
The exposition
this year. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And kind of won it pretty easy. Yeah, really stout, big bodied, big ribbed, a really good hip, a good hog, and we got that rascal bot. We were very proud to own him. This guy, this is a boar guy that's going to put a lot of rib in your hogs. Wouldn't you think, Rick?
Rib and body. I mean,
yeah. Feet and legs are really, really good. Length of bodies, where I like it.
I would say average. Yeah.
I mean, he's not long. He's not super long. Just good length, but really a big rib, big body dog.
Got a bunch of power too.
Yep, got a bunch of top shape and rump shape. But good hog. It's a little harder for me to get down on my knees than it used to be, but really good underlying dog. Boar that has got real small, kind of immature nipples, but one that should have a really, really, really nice impact. So, what are you guys saying?
In Brickhouse?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Brickhouse, like I say, he's kind of a combination hog guy, in my opinion. I think he can make those barrows and show gilts.
Yeah, but he's a really stout skull.
And he's got a real stout skull, which is popular into the show ring. And then I think he can still, on the right kind of sows, make those nice production females that, will lay down, have pigs. And the guy we bought him off of there, that Brandon Gruber,
and he said he's out of a really, really productive
his sow line there is pretty good, and they're pretty productive. Lay down, nurse them. And that's what we like to see.
But a really good combination hog, and with that amount of volume and rib and center body, those hogs should perform at a very high level.
Oh, yeah, I think they'll grow. I think they'll grow.
Yep. Aaron, anything to add? I think I'll do it. Kind of covered the bases.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Rick.
I would say next one down after that's Hamilton, which is a boar that we picked up in the draft sale.
Yeah.
That we was really impressed with and was able to get him bought and went and brought him home. They're pretty quick and put him right to work immediately.
Yeah.
He's a boar that we brought home and just started using.
Yeah, he's a really impressive boar, guys. You talk about being scored to the ground, heavy boned, really good feet and legs. And then way more average in thickness and top shape, and then really square rump when you get right behind him.
Real square when you get behind him.
Yeah.
He might be a rib longer bodied than Brickhouse.
Maybe.
just a touch longer bodied.
Yeah. But really, really good hog. I know when we do boar tours, I don't think we've had a boar tour here that didn't have him down on the list, either as number one or number two, because he's very, very impressive boar to look at. And,
extremely flexible off of both ends.
Pedigree wise should really, really generate. Actually, Brickhouse and Hamilton share some pedigrees the same. There you go. But both the boars are really thick bladed, come at you extremely wide, leave you wide, really score behind. Very, very, very nice pair of Berkshire boars, guys. That would be really fun for you guys to use.
No, for sure. And it's ones that we've already been plugging in here to our own sows and been using here already.
And we'll continue.
And we'll continue for sure. Next in the line here in the catalog, we got Summit, which is a boar that we've already owned for right about a year already and have used and have some offspring, going.
Yeah, we used him hard. He's, last year was I don't want to say it was a down year for Berkshires, but they were really hard to find. Yeah, we just couldn't find those individuals that had the type of hip and hind leg we wanted and had the strength of pasture and the curvature to the front end and still were slick fronted and looked like they had a shot at really making some good hogs. And
so we brought them home from Missouri State Fair, which has kind of turned into be like a kind of a nice Berkshire.
Yeah, it has been. Yeah, over the years I've got videos from there, but I've already had on my boar spot. Last year we just wasn't finding exactly what we needed. I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to Missouri State Fair, and this guy actually was in the very first class of boars and was the very first boar in ran. Took a couple of friends of mine with me, and I turned to him and I said, "Hey guys," I said, "if it doesn't get any better than this, I'm damn glad we're here." But done a good job. Aaron, Mitch, you've seen a lot of pigs out of this guy.
Yeah, Summit's a boar really tall-shouldered. I mean, if you need to make him kind of run uphill, I mean, he's a boar that'll make him tall-shouldered and really elevate him out of that front end and still add bone and thickness and keep him really clean-fronted too.
Yeah. And then, he's probably not as thick as Brickhouse or Hamilton, but boy, they're square made. They're really square. And when you get behind them, they're really square. Yeah. Aaron He-Man is next. Boy we raised here has done a heck of a job. Your opinion?
Oh, it's hard to go wrong with that without using He-Man. I mean, he's going to get you makes a really good set of females to back on.
He does. Yeah.
I mean, good feet and legs, length of body.
Quite a bit of extra bone.
Yeah.
They're kind of fun to watch grow up. They're kind of tall, skinny hogs when they're young. And man, when they explode, they pop. Yeah, they really come into their own.
When we're out on the gilt floor breeding gilts and stuff, I mean, the He-Man gilts are some of them that just kind of rise to the top.
They
quick.
just stand out.
We had those out today looking at them, actually.
Yep. The He-Man gilts rise to the top. I mean, he's an older boar, but, I mean, still does a phenomenal job.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. Now, guys, some of what we're talking about might raise some questions in your mind. Pick up the phone and call us. We'll be glad to talk to you about it.
That's what we do.
But any of these. I think we're going to talk about a couple more.
Yeah, Brahma was kind of on our list there, kind of a little bit of a production-oriented, kind of a meat-oriented hog as well. Guys do like the Berkshires for the meat quality end of things, and he's one that I see being kind of up there in the meat quality end.
Yeah, well, Brahma kind of starts at the ground. I remember when we first got studying on this guy, what he weighed, 150 pounds maybe. It was extremely big-footed. Matter of fact, his feet kind of looked out of place because it's just a bigger pawed kind of a hog. But very stout bone, stout featured kind of a hog, stout-headed hog.
Brahma's the boar that we raised here, born here, kind of grew up and looked at.
Yeah. But one that's we're pretty proud of. Really good hip and hind leg. Really doesn't have any extra cover on the outside of his body than any of the other boars do. Just puts a little more meat quality on the inside. And that's probably coming from the mama side.
Yeah. And even RB and RB's daddy, I'm drawing a blank.
Country boy.
Yeah. Country boy was a real good meat quality sire too. I mean,
and that'd be his grandpa.
Yep.
His grandpa. Yeah.
Then the other one we mentioned earlier, we want to drop down a couple of spots here and talk about the butcher.
Yeah, guys, I really wanted to talk about this guy, and actually, Mitch and Aaron are the guys that found him. We sell 1,500 boars a year. Now we sell 75.
Yeah,
I mean, it's just the way of the world.
A few,
maybe.
Yeah, it's just the way of the world, and we're good with that. but we still keep quite a few boars and watch them grow up and chase gilts with them. And
we always need boars for heat check.
Yep, and whatever. And then a lot of those boars we heat check with, they make really good boars for guys to buy because they know what they're doing.
Yeah,
they've been exposed.
Yeah. Anyhow, Butcher goes back to Al Conover's herd, which, Al, if you're listening or see this, I'm not 100% sure if you still have hogs or not. But Al was really big into Berkshire meat quality. And we bought his sire off of Al at the, I think at that time it was called the World Pork Expo. It had a tremendous hip in him. And anyhow, the Butcher, I'm sure he was a really good one growing up. I just never noticed him. We got him out.
Kind of matured late.
Yeah, got him out on the Cargill floor.
Which I kind of like.
Got him out on the Cargill floor. Guy's just got tremendous feet and legs. He's got a tremendous underline. Great big rib in him. He's got a rib in him more like a couple of the boys we talked about earlier. Touch more moderate frame, maybe.
Yeah, I would call him a little more.
He's not great big hog. I think the body's good. Guy's a muscle just hangs on this hog. You talk about a meat quality Berkshire. He would. I would. My opinion, I think he's our number one.
I would say he's the first one.
He's the one I want to eat a market hog out of.
And then you know what? Then the other side of things, and I had an old friend here yesterday. His name was Tom Lamke. Some of you guys probably know Tom. Tom's a little older than I am, but really good hog man. And Tom and I, when he looked at him, he said, "How you can use this guy to build sows with that will make show pigs." I said, Tom, I think you're right. I mean, he is really designed well, but a really, really neat hog. We don't have him priced very high. But we think he's an awfully good boar. So
he's a hog that needs used.
Yeah, we just wanted to mention it.
Yep. So after Berkshires, we're going to move into Durocs, which we've kind of put some, in my opinion, some of the highest end Durocs that we've ever had here for sure.
That's the best set I've ever started with.
Yeah,
in the fall of the year.
Yeah.
And I think everybody that comes kind of agrees. But in the catalog we start out with Storm, although Storm was actually the last one we bought. So I'm going to start out with Schools Out.
Okay.
Schools Out's one we noticed really early in life.
The boar we raised here.
Extremely stout growing up in the finisher.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, just crazy kind of bone on him and foot size. Really, did he ever have a bad day? I mean, every time you go look at him, he'd be bigger. Every time you go look at him, he'd be full. Every time you go look at him, he'd be in charge of his 25 pigs in his pen. About every other time we'd go up there, he'd be riding the other bears or goats, whatever, in his pen, which was all good stuff. We didn't bring him out. Well, we brought him out, a day or two, maybe 3 before we actually took that picture. We do have several pictures of him on the computer. There for a couple different looks and sides. Guys, this guy would be pretty much a complete outcross to the Duroc world. I mean, pretty much.
It's all your Waymaker stuff.
Right. And so there's a lot of value, even though we do a lot of inbreeding here, there's a lot of value to having outcrosses. But, tremendous feet and legs, tremendous hip. Guys, if you want one that's going to add structure and add stoutness and not miss, Schools Out would be a very, very, very good one. And guys, come and look.
We want you to see these in person.
Yeah, we do. So
we got videos on a lot of these boars on the website. Not all the boars cooperate. He's a boar that we do have a video of, and it's on the website on YouTube. You can look it up.
But he's a lot more impressive in person.
For sure.
Yeah.
While we're talking about Schools Out, we might as well mention his daddy real quick.
Yeah, Old School was a really neat boar we purchased last year in the draft sale. He's a very old pedigreed boar, unbelievably stout. And he hasn't been the perfect one in terms of just, we've had some health issues with him, and he suffered a stroke or something here during the winter time, and he was down for a while. Semen quality on Old School is okay. It's not great. It's okay. Where Schools Out, I mean, that's
off the chart.
It's been really good.
It's been really special. But Old School seemingly is getting better about every day. I mean, there in the spring, we're still able to collect him some, but we had to hold him on the dummy so that he wouldn't fall on you. I mean,
we just collected him the other day and sent some out. Looked really good. Yeah,
that stroke really kind of hurt him, if that's what it was. So anyhow, guys, we go out to the exposition, and Doug Stewart. I had talked to Doug ahead of time. Didn't have a clue what he was bringing, although Doug had told me he'd bring in a couple boars. Doug walked crazy pieces into the ring, and guys, he was way small in class, because he had not been healthy, but had the craziest pieces I'd ever seen. Got him home, figured out what his problem was, got it fixed, and now the boar's eating. That great big scoop I used must hold 8-9 pound. That big old steel scoop,
Yeah, cleans it up.
and he will clean it up daily. Yeah, I mean, he's just blowed apart. Doug told me he was a couple of the best gilts in his entire crop were littermate sisters. He knew there was something wrong with the boar, but he didn't know what. And but you talk about one that is heavy boned and fun to look at.
He's got the biggest rear leg of any Duroc I've seen.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I mean,
And then
it's phenomenal.
what foot size would be what? I mean, it's
He's
crazy
got
big.
monster paws.
Yep. He's one that don't ask me what to use him on. When these gilts come in heat with these 3 boars, it's kind of like flip a quarter, but very unique, very, very unique. And he is a Waymaker son. Of course, Waymaker is a statement day if you don't know your pedigrees very well.
When we unloaded crazy pieces from Expo there up in the quarantine barn, I kind of got him off a trailer, and he looked like he hadn't ate for about 10 days. I mean, he's
2
just
weeks,
empty. And I run him off, and I was kind of like, wow, man, I don't know about this, but wow. I was like, there's just some pieces here that excite you. I mean, just the bone and foot and really elevation and forearm. I mean,
That whole skeletal build.
phenomenal.
I know the last episode we did, Ryan Michaels was here, and I took Ryan up and showed him to him, and he said, "Do you realize how much this boar would cost you if you sold today?"
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
So that ended up working out.
And he was still top selling boar out there.
Yeah.
So anyhow, guys, then we go to Louisville. Guys, I'm not going to bore you with a bunch of genetic stuff, but there is an old sow that's been in this breed for a handful of years. She has 318-13. She's out of Jesse Heimer's, and she's not there anymore. Ralph Doak, which was a great film, and Ralph's been gone for a few years.
Oh, yeah.
Ralph told me many, many times she was the best sow in the country, Duroc-wise, that he'd ever seen in his life. We bought a boar a year and a half, 2 years ago. We ended up buying statement 23-2. Made a really phenomenal set of females that have been extremely, extremely good. And those hogs really they pig easy, they milk good. And so I was hoping to replace that boar, or at least get a boar that had that 318-13 in the pedigree a few times. And get to Louisville, and this guy comes walking in the ring, and it didn't take me long to figure out how he was bred and whatever. And he was, guys, he was a must buy. I mean, just the rib, the foot size, the bone, the structure, and I've told many, many people this. There was not a boar of any breed at Louisville that had a better skeleton. Was absolutely phenomenal there. And so he's going to be an awful lot of fun to use. But those 3 boars,
Really, Storm's a really youthful looking hog.
oh, doesn't he look young?
I mean, he like it says, he showed at 5.5 months old, and he looks like a 5.5 month old.
he really did.
I mean, he just youthful, flexible. I mean, still had some extras, and like the forearm and some muscle and shape and width. He's kind of pretty high on my list too.
Yeah, he's pretty special.
Mm-hmm.
He's pretty special. Yep.
Turn the page. Another one we kind of need to mention and talk a little bit more is a boar we call Semi.
Guys, Semi come out of Utah, Gulch raised him, and I buy very few boars sight unseen, and especially when we're talking about Durocs. And they sent me pictures and a video, and I thought, you know what, pretty good hog. And so visited with him. They shot me a couple other videos where I could really study his feet and legs a little better, and we ended up buying this guy. Now, this guy also would be a complete outcross to us, not a complete outcross to the Duroc world like School's Out is, but he is a deja vu. And that stuff's had some popularity over the years. I guess when we unloaded him in here, when that trucker brought him in, I probably liked him better than I did on video. Way above average on stoutness, got a big old back leg, really good hip and hind leg. And guys, we're big on soundness.
They have to be.
If they're not 99.99 out of 100,
At least.
Yeah, we just don't use them. I mean, we're big on that. But this guy had some thickness at top, and a big old kind of square rump in him, and you can kind of see in these pictures, a real tall fronted boar, really clean neck boar. Do we have pigs out of this guy?
Not yet. No.
Getting close.
Getting close.
Yeah,
He's matured into a little bigger frame kind of.
He has. Yeah. If you need a little more frame size, he has a little bigger frame. Yep. But the pudding or the icing on the cake is going to be when those sows lay down and have pigs and do it by themselves. And the Galt family, they've assured me that his mother was really, really, really good. So we'll get all that figured out over a little period of time. But another board that I look forward to getting pigs. I mean, I think they're going to have a little bit of shit to them and be pretty good. Yeah.
And then the one that's a little bit different here that we've already been using and have had results on is Delta Dawn, boy we picked up last summer at the expo. At the expo at Louisville.
Yeah, Delta's done a really nice job. And Mitch, I'm going to let you talk about him a little bit.
Yeah, Delta's one he's a little clubbier. He's a little shorter, a little smaller frame, a little lower to the ground. Still packs a really big punch in terms of muscle and thickness, bone. Real stout skull kind of a hog. I mean, we've used Delta Dawn and had some tremendous barrows and stuff out of Delta. I mean, he does a good job kind of siring barrows and those females that you want to show at your national shows and stuff.
Yeah, if you want to make them a little clubbier, a little quicker maturing.
Yeah.
Yep, a little quicker maturing. Yep, and then we've got a whole list of Duroc boars, guys, from meat quality boars.
We could sit here and talk about every boars. We could be here, and we could make a 3-hour episode. We're up to 21 minutes already. We've gone over 2 breeds.
Oh wow!
So this episode could be a little bit lengthy on us here. So we're going to jump into Hampshires next.
Yep.
We've got a couple that we put in here recently that are kind of neat and fun to talk about. I'll let you start off here with Trooper.
Yeah, guys, Trooper maybe is. Excites me as much as any Hampshire I've ever had. Well, he does. There's just no question.
A good family, too, that raised him.
A really good family. Bratton's really, really nice people.
Been doing it forever.
Yep. And really, guys, I didn't overlook him. I just didn't fall in love with him in the draft sale on the video.
Yeah.
And Jay Colt, a very good friend of mine, and Mike McCoy, which you guys all know. They called and they said, "Hey, are you going to buy this Bratton board?" I said, "Well, I didn't have him on my list, guys." I said, "No, he's far and away the best one of the whole group." And then, if there was a veteran, guys, I guess I'm going to tell you, I guess I don't think there was. Guys, you talk about putting rib and center body and heaviness of structure and ideal feet and legs and a square rump and
really soft and pliable.
Oh yeah, and still got a kind of a boar head on him and length of neck, and he's pretty special. I don't know, Mitchell. We'll breed him to a lot of our Hampshire.
Maybe all of them.
I can't really figure out anything I don't like about him.
He looks like a Hampshire boar that is just designed that he can make Hampshires that'll grow, that'll perform.
Mm-hmm. I'll compete in the show ring.
And I think they'll lay down and have pigs. Yeah. I mean.
Well, we all bitch and complain, guys, excuse the language, but we all complain about Hampshires not performing at a high enough level. The only reason they don't perform at a higher level is they don't consume enough feed. Mm-hmm. And this son of a gun, I think, can eat a 5-gallon bucket if you give it to him.
Oh, yeah.
And bucket and all.
Yeah.
That'd be true.
Bucket and all. Yeah.
Next up, we had Bone Chill we're going to talk about.
Yeah, Bone Chill's got good elevation. He come from Keynes, heavy bone boar.
Maybe the stoutest Hampshire boar we got.
Yeah. Same general pedigree as Ice Cold. Mm-hmm. And really, really liked the video. Earl video this boar for me in the slatted barn. And really liked the boar on the slats. Liked his features. He was a good hog.
As natural as they come.
Yeah. I mean, Earl, no show pig feed. Just let's throw him in here with 30 other barrows and see if he lives. But nice hog. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can drop down on Checkmate next if you want.
Well, guys, I don't want to talk about all these. I need the guys to talk. The one thing I want to say about Checkmate, guys, is this guy has got old-time Hampshire muscle. Really good on feet and legs. He's not quite as stout a bone, not quite as big a bladed, but he's good in those areas.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Really good base width. Got a really good Hampshire head on him. But man, you get on top of this guy or behind him and take over, Mitchell.
He looks like a kind of like an old school Hampshire boar. I mean, he looks like one that you drove back in the 80s. You know, Hampshires were known for muscle. They were a terminal sire, and that's kind of what this boar looks like. I mean, got a great big old groove down his top, comes into a big full rump. You know, he's still above average on bone, above average on height of the point of the shoulder and stuff, but just got a bunch of shape. I mean, I think he's one that you get these sows crossed up too much, you know, you can go back and use this guy and making a phenomenal set of club pigs.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, pure sired, you know.
Yeah, the last couple of groups have been here, so we need to use him on our crossbred sows.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Turn the page and we come next on our list. We have Hellcat.
Yeah, go ahead, guys. Go ahead. I've been talking too much.
You're good.
You want to take this one, Aaron?
Mhm.
Hellcat's a boar we got from Doug Stewart. Again, another one that's on kind of the production type lines. Really tall at the point of the shoulder. Above average on muscle. I mean, still comes into a really big full rump. Doesn't have maybe that crisp square top in him. But I think he's longer bodied. I mean, I think it make him pretty good female sire. He's one that around here we're going to try to kind of use on some Yorkshire sows and make some of them F1 females kind of to breed back to black exotic boars and then make that generation with club pigs from then on.
You know, Coal Miner had a really good season and raced and did a really good job.
Yep.
And Coal Miner and Hellcat are out of the same sow family.
Are they?
I think one's mother's, the next one's grandmother, whatever.
Mhm.
So pigging yeast, milk flow.
Should be a really good.
Yeah, and the Coal Miners grew pretty good for guys.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
did.
So I mean, I think Hellcat will be a fun one for guys to use.
Yeah. And I think the last one in the Hampshire lineup we're going to talk about is Tomahawk.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to put him on here, guys. He's not our boar. He belongs to Brian Forrest. A little bit more moderate about his framework. Sired by one of Jesse Heimer's real good old Hampshire boars, but ideal feet and legs. But another boar, kind of like Trooper, has got a monster big rib and a monster big center body, and this guy is always hungry.
Always hungry. Yep,
Always.
absolutely. Never from the day he got here, he's never went off feed. I mean, eat the bottom out of a feed pan.
Yeah.
He's another one that's really youthful looking. I mean, looks like a young Hampshire boar that has really growed well, performed well.
You know, some boars by the time they're 6 months old look old.
Yep.
Yeah, and this guy
Still looks like a young hog.
He does. Yeah. But very good width. Yeah, I mean, got shot.
He
Got
does.
shot.
He does.
Got shot.
Moving on to Yorkshires. I know we've talked last week before. We really thought Yorkshires, are on the rise, and Yorkshires are getting better, in our opinion here. Last couple of years, and we feel that we've got a couple Yorkshire boars that can really continue that progress and take us to even higher levels in the Yorkshire breed. And we kind of start off with Wishbone in New York City, in our Yorkshire lineup here.
Yeah, guys, Yorkshires have been a little more challenging. And all breeds kind of go through that a little bit. If you're wanting to make a very terminal barra that's going to be really pretty at 50 pounds, I'm not sure how good it'll be at 250, but really pretty at 50 pounds, our boars are not going to do that.
No.
Our boars are going to give you some lateness and maturity, still plenty of bone, plenty of thickness, and quite honestly, they're going to these kind of boars are going to start to win. They're going to have to either that, or you're just going to have to C-section every sow you got. You kind of got two choices. Wishbone comes from Tracy Lorenz's. I've had tremendous luck buying Tracy's boars because they're really good hogs. They're really competitive hogs. Have we ever had a boar from Tracy whose daughters weren't phenomenal in the fairing house?
No.
I mean, they've just been really, really special. Wishbone guys, like I told you about Storm having the best skeleton of any hog at Louisville, Wishbone had the best skeleton of any hog at the exposition. Of all breeds.
Phenomenal feeding legs.
Yeah, just was really, really special. When I talked to Tracy about him, he's actually got a little more terminal boars in his pedigree. And Tracy, and a lot of you guys know Tracy, and he's had really good luck over the years in the show ring. I mean, if Tracy's there, you got to beat him if you're going to win because he's going to be competitive. And This boy, I think, placed second there at that show out of a pretty big class, and but just was easily the best skeleton and easily the best production. As far as just breed him to whatever you want to breed him to, keep the daughters, and then turn the heat lamps on, go to the house.
Yep. He's an athlete. I mean, the best way to describe him is just real athletic. And
Yep. And that brings us to New York City, and New York City's a little different hog. Sired by Lucky 7. Lucky 7's an older pedigree. Nick or not.
Han.
Yeah, Han. I'm sorry. Called me and told me about this guy. Plenty stout, got great big back legs. Above average frame size. The picture shows him maybe not being quite as big, but I wouldn't call him. He's a long ways from big.
No.
He's just above average. Should be really good production, but now this guy's got some stuff to him. Got some rib to him, got some thickness to him, got some squareness from behind, and he's a good hog. Would you guys agree?
Yeah.
I like New York City by a lot.
Yeah.
By a lot.
Yeah.
He's got a real good boar attitude too. I mean, you go up there in the barn, he's jumping the walls, he's
Something
jumping
you
the
don't
gates.
see much anymore is
Yeah.
boars with the boar attitude.
Absolutely has a
Yeah.
boar attitude about him.
I love that.
Yeah.
So turn the page. We're going to come to Empire.
Guys, I'll just mention a couple things and let the guys talk. We bought Empire off of Mike McCoy last year. He's out of a really, really good litter. And guess what, guys? He's out of a Tracy Lorenzen sow. And this Tracy Lorenzen sow, whatever I'm about to tell you is not 100% accurate, but she's had champion at Columbus. She's had champion or reserve champion at Houston. I mean, she's really generated extremely well. 8-4 has come in here and did as good a job as any Yorkshire's done for a long, long time.
Yep.
Yeah. There's some, we don't have a lot of them, but we've got several 8-4 daughters that are going to make someone really proud for bred females because they're pretty good.
Yeah, we just don't have a lot of Yorkshire numbers right now, but the daughters out of Empire they're kind of some of the better ones that we've started and turned out on the floor.
Yeah, no, they look good. And they continue to get better. Man.
Yeah, they've matured it the right way.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I called Mike the other day that you guys that you don't know Mike. He owns McCoy Genetics. And I called him the other day and told him I was damn proud of it. That boy had done a hell of a job.
He has.
Yep.
Moving on to the spot breed, and I think it's very fair to say this is probably our strongest spot lineup we've ever had, and by quite a bit.
Yeah, there's 4 of them, or we started with 1.
I mean, they all got.
Oh yeah, they all got.
They all got a reason to be here.
Oh yeah,
there's 4 of them in here, but they're in here for a reason.
Chuck was my pick of all the boards at the summer type conference last year. It's Springfield, Missouri. Moonbeam. I had him and his little boats checked at this year out there, and we ended up getting this one purchased, and he's got pieces. And then the other half of our spot deal come from Aaron's and
Littermate Brothers.
Yeah, Littermate Brothers. Talk to us about Spartan and Buckeye.
I see they're Littermate Brothers, but they're different. I mean,
They are.
Yeah,
Spartan, he's going to make you more of a bear type hog. He's squared, wider.
Yeah. Yeah,
big headed. I mean,
and their daddy when he championed down at OYC or a Littermate Barrel.
Littermate Barrel.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's a big show. I've judged that a couple of times. I mean, that's an all-day function. That is for younger people.
Yeah. For sure.
But he's a tremendous amount of rib and center body.
Yeah.
He's a little more moderate,
Yeah.
and then got a forearm in him like a damn.
Oh.
I mean, bigger than a cow. Yeah. And then Buckeye, a little different.
Yeah.
Is Buckeye more like the mom?
Buckeye's more like Mama. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay. Just a notch bigger. Not quite as wide. A little later maturing. Not quite as much product.
Yeah, not quite as much.
Now that doesn't mean a damn thing, guys, because sometimes they're Littermate brothers. They might side the opposite.
Yeah.
They could.
But what we're seeing is Buckeye looks like one we can use and make really good females.
Yeah.
Spartan looks like one you can you could use and go show at any barrel show you want to go show at.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then we come on to kind of a nice little deal here. We got a Hereford little lineup. We got a Tamworth little lineup here. Drinking Buddy we just brought back from Travis Perry's and Bryson.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you guys that don't know Travis Perry or his daughter Bryson, they're really, really good people. And
they are.
And Travis has been able to put together a boar called Shot Caller that I think he's raised himself.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the Hereford breed, the one thing you'll notice if you go look at 300 or 400 of them at a national show is they're not as heavier structured. You know, they got nice bone, feet and legs are nice. A lot of them have body. You know, they're a little different. And
A lot of them have muscle.
Yeah, and some of them a little too much muscle.
Sometimes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyhow, Travis told me he had 3 really good Hereford boars out there, and I went out and looked, and boy, he was right. And this drinking buddy was the youngest boar of the 3, but really, really big bladed, big stout forearm, good hip, and I think he's pretty good. I know there's been one other of those boars placed at a real popular boar stud. So Hereford with his sire, with these couple boars, with the boar that Travis still has there, they'll probably use some. You know, all of a sudden, I think, guys, Herefords are going to get pretty stout.
They are.
Get pretty stout. The other boar, before we end this thing up with way too many minutes, is Blowing Smoke. Isn't he a cool hog?
He is a cool hog.
Yeah, he was champion at the National Summer Show this summer, and
Tamworth boar.
yep, and I was watching it on the computer, and it just looked like a man amongst boys, and I don't remember the guy's name that judged it. I apologize for that, but you know, when he talked to me in the championship drive, he said, just,
He's a thick one.
yeah, just
I mean,
there's nothing to compare to our champion, and you are the champion, you know. And I thought, well, that's kind of one we probably need to try to own, and so we ended up getting him bought. But yeah, he's maybe more bear proportion than anything.
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little smaller framed, a little
It's really stocky, really wide.
stout.
Yeah.
Maybe just a rib shorter bodied in terms of bear proportions. I mean,
This guy's going to win some hog shows this summer.
I think he can make some Tamworth bears that compete on a high level.
Yeah, I've had 2-3 guys here that said, you know what, maybe that's one we need to put in some of our crossbred sows. So,
You could
to my opinion, no one has done that yet, but
Yeah.
but you could.
you could, and not hurt a thing.
No.
Yeah.
Not hurt a thing. Yeah.
Well, guys, that is really just a highlight reel package. Kind of a condensed version of what we have in the purebred lineup. Of course, we got a heck of a lot more boars, online and on the website here. Obviously in the boar studs that we haven't mentioned. That
Right.
if you got boars that you see online and you see them, in our catalog, and you wonder why we didn't talk about them. I was like, well, shit, we could be here for a whole day talking about every boar we own, and we try to move through things. We're
Right. And these were just the newer ones.
that we
Right.
wanted to introduce to you all. But believe me, if you got boars in there and you want to give us a call or send us a message, we'd be happy to discuss those for you and try to help pick one out that you think would suit you the best. So with that being said, we're going to sign off here. This kind of ends our purebred discussion for now. We do definitely always push the purebreds. It's something that we really believe in, raising purebred hogs, and purebred influenced crossbreds, obviously have a really important place too. So we're going to sign off. With that being said, tune in as we're going to be talking about our crossbred lineup next, because crossbreds, obviously a lot of people use the crossbreds when they're making their show pigs and stuff. So we're going to get into some pretty good detail on the crossbred boars in the next episode. So bear with us here as we come up on that. But purebred boars, I feel like we covered them really well.
Yeah, those few. Hope. Yep.
So with that being said, we're going to sign off. Thank you guys for tuning in. As always, reach out to us if there's something you want to hear us talk about or discuss, and leave us a message in the comments if you like what you're hearing.
See you guys.
Thank you.